Come on in, man. Let's talk. Come on in, man. Y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Smitty, Antoine Smitty Smith, Spinning Sports Machine, man. And y'all, I already know I got to give y'all my thoughts on the initial 53-man roster, and it's been quite a few shocks to me, and not might not be to y'all, but a couple of shocking things have happened. And look, I'm telling you, shocking things happen all the time in the world of football. And not only the Falcons, I see some moves around the league that shocked me as a whole. And it happens every preseason, going into the regular season, that some team have to cut dead weight tonight. And I'm not talking about bad players. I'm just talking about um, people that are making too much money. Cap casual is what we call them. Justin Swisher, what's up, my guy? What is good? But y'all come on in, man. Come on in. And while y'all tuning in, man, please go ahead, press that like button to help me get them recommendations up. William Amy, what's good, man? What is good? Rebel Baby, what's good, my guy? CJ, my guy, what's good? Oh, man, that's a good question. I think they're just gonna carry two quarterbacks because they need the extra roster spot for that offensive line. And if it's not the offensive line, it's probably defense. But I'm finna look at the roster right now and give y'all my thoughts on the initial 53-man roster. Now, initial means for the moment, it's just initial, the first roster. It could change again and again and again because we always know they're looking to make changes. But they also only kept three safeties. And the reason why Billy Bowman is listed as a defensive back or cornerback. So look, I'm telling y'all, this is gonna be a real interesting season, man. I can just see it. But let's get into this thing right quick. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. And like I said, if y'all coming in, please hit that like button, man. Help me get the recommendations up. Because I'm trying to get 20K soon. I just passed 15K and I'm headed to 20K and I need y'all help. Let's go ahead and share the screen, man, so we can get this thing going. This is 53-man roster. Let's get it going. So y'all can see it right there. Let me try to make that a little bit better. So you can, yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. That's a lot better, actually, for me, even. As I got on glass, I'm blind, I can't see. Dexter said, I'm so shocked we traded that Blair didn't make the team. I think Chris Blair will be back on the practice squad because that's where he been the last 3 seasons. On the practice squad. He actually got called up a couple of times last year and actually played in some games. So I guess that's where they feel like they can make, and I feel like that's where he belongs in their eyes. As fans, we always look at things different, and always sometimes a one-way wonder. So we don't always see what's going on the other side. Y'all got to remember too, the coach is coaching. So I guess some of the players that we like and what we feel like they shouldn't do, maybe they see something that we don't see, and maybe what they're trying to coach and put up, I guess maybe they feel like they don't fit what they're trying to do at the moment, because I didn't expect JD Bertrand to make the team. I'm completely honest with y'all. Because I feel like what they were doing with Jimmy Lake, I guess he best fit that. It was kind of confusing to me. King Louis, what's up, man? Yeah, Smitty, what's up? King Louis, Smitty, what's good? My guy John Higgins, the guy gave me my name, Smooth Smitty. What's up, big bro? Yeah, man, let's get this thing going, man. I got 126 people in here right now. Please hit that like button. Morgan Fox, he could be back as a practice squad guy, but I could see him getting picked up by somebody else as well. And I was actually kind of shocked a little bit that he got cut. But when you're in there with the third and fourth string in the fourth quarter, that's a very bad sign. Remember Mike Walker a couple years ago? He was in there with the third string in the first preseason game. I knew then, he was on the bubble. So sometimes they give us an indication right in front of our face, and that was one of those things. And to me, just those young guy outperformed him. That's all. That's all. But initial 53-man roster, let's get this thing going, man. We're going to look at quarterbacks. They only carry 2 quarterbacks, and I'm not surprised because They need that extra roster spot, like I said, with the offensive line, probably with the linebackers or something of that nature. Um, but the thing said they're at 52 players, so they still have a roster spot. So they may be trying to make another move, or the Mike Jarrell trade haven't picked up yet, and he may make the 53rd player. So um, it happens. But if y'all didn't hear earlier, if y'all didn't see my short, the Falcons did trade for Michael Jarrell to see how the Seahawks 7th round pick, and it was a move. I'm just saying, leave it like that. A move. That's what it was. They got another offensive lineman, which I knew they had to do. So, Cody, I've been a Falcon fan since 1989, so that would be exactly 36 years. I was 10 years old, and I'm telling my age, and I don't care because I'm blessed to be 46. Yeah, 36 years, man. I've seen the ups and the downs, the 3-13s, the 4-12s. I done seen all of that. Tony Wright, Tony Wright, my guy, what's good, man? You was spot on with them roster spots last night. I saw you drop them in the chat, man. You was spot on with most of them. Yeah, Kobe Bryant, yeah, he may make the practice squad, I think, if he comes back. Yeah, I think there was a coach thing, Anthony. I think with Clark Phillips, I think the coach preferred him. So, I mean, I agree with JD Bertrand, but maybe he can get himself together because I think that concussion took a toll on him from last year, and maybe he's still trying to get back to himself. What's good, Sean? What's good, my guy? I'm okay with it. I'm going over it right now. So, yeah, at the moment, I'm at the quarterback. I'm right at the top, taking 2 quarterbacks. Michael Penix started, Kirk Cousins the backup. Easton Stick did get released. He could come back at the practice squad because you got to remember, a lot of these players will probably be back on the practice squad. 16 spots are available on the practice squad. So I just can't wait to see what transpires with that. 3 running backs, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, and Nathan Carter makes the cut, man, over Carlos Washington Jr., who will probably make it back on the practice squad. But I think Nathan Carter did his thing in the preseason, man. 85 yards and a touchdown. He showed that he had decent vision. He showed that he had that breakaway speed. And with Nathan Carter, they could actually use him too as a special teams guy if they wanted to. But a third running back is not a surprise because I could see him in the role as an Antoine Smith type running back. And if y'all remember that guy from back in the 2000, Antoine Smith, yeah, same name. He actually fits that mold very quick. And Antoine actually played special teams. That's why I said Nathan Carter probably could do the same. But you talk about screen passes, quick outs. If Nathan Carter can get in the open field, he's very dangerous with that speed. And like I say, he has very decent vision. But Bijan Robinson, we know, to me, I think he bust 1,500 yards this year. Tyler Algier could get at least 8. And I pray they keep Tyler Algier long term because I like that duo, man. But I would not be mad if Tyler went and got his money. Wide receivers, man. Wide receivers. And I'm gonna answer y'all a question as soon as I run over this roster right quick. Wide receiver 7. I said 7. But I got, I think, 1 wrong, and that's David Seals. But I did say I could see him making a roster. I thought Chris Blair had a great shot, but I guess it was something that they did not like. But we already knew the top 3, really the top 4, well, really the top 5, because I knew Kadarius Hart is going to make, because he's a special teams guy. Ray is a special teams guy. Darnell Mooney, who's injured. Drake London, Casey Washington, who's probably going to take over for Darnell Mooney if he's not ready week 1, which I could see. David Seals, really not a surprise. He did his thing. Nick Nash will probably return on the practice squad. I thought he had a good chance of making it. He really didn't get going until that final preseason game. But hey, it happens. Jamal Agnew, who they kept, who I thought was on the bubble, but he wasn't. He's going to be a special team guy as well. So that's 3 people out of the wide receiver core as special teams guys. It's vital, man. It's vital. Tight end, kind of surprise too. Kyle Pitts. We know big season for him, contract year. Charlie Warner blocking tight end. He's going to be lined up on that right side. So you could see a lot of 2 tight end sets with the Atlanta Falcons going into this season, mainly because of that right side and that Caleb Garrett injury. So they kept the extra wide receiver. I'm sorry, extra tight end just in case. And Tegan Quitiano He actually is a receiving tight end and he can block. So he made it, and y'all see him play good on special teams because he knocked that Tennessee Titan all the way back into his own end zone. So he's going to be a special teams guy. But I'm at the tight ends right now, and I'm gonna take a couple of these questions and go down the list. Um, Jeff, I'm still trying to figure it out, my guy. I don't know. I mean, like I said, um, JD Bertrand, he was kind of suspect, man. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I'm not gonna hold you, but I'm pretty I really don't know. Philip, I appreciate you, my guy. Kiara said Kobe still needs some development and muscle. I agree with that, Kiara. He has a little bit of development to go, and his weight was probably a big part of it because when he gave up that touchdown in the preseason, he got bullied. So yeah, Kobe, he's gonna have to do more work because he had problems, turning his hips. We saw it. I saw it out at Flowery Branch myself. He had problems turning his hips, getting back, and being he's not quick enough. So once he learns fundamentals, techniques, I think he'll be fine. But until then, he's going to be a practice squad development type player. But I wish him the best. Anthony, I agree. I appreciate you, my guy. Eric said we need another offensive tackle. Can't rely on what we have. We actually just signed an offensive tackle earlier today, and we already had Elijah Wilkinson on the roster. So I think they're going to do with that. And then you have Jack Nelson, who I think they have confidence in. And I just think just got to roll with it, man. And like I tell y'all, when these things happen, where players get hurt, you turn to the coaches because at the end of the day, the coaches are going to be the one in the line of fire at the end of the day. Ghost Peppers, what's up, my guy? Yeah, Nathan made it, man. I ain't seen Red Swarm yet, man. He been missing, man. Yeah, I was born in 2000, been a Falcon fan since I popped out. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Cody. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. But trust me, from an OG, man, and my boy Big John, my big bro Big John in the chat would tell you, we see some of the darkest days in Falcons history, man. Had one of the best running backs in the league in the 80s, couldn't win a football game. Rehired a coach, Marion Campbell, God rest his soul. They brought him back, exact same result. So y'all cry about Raheem, but imagine if y'all had a Marion Campbell, y'all would really be mad. And Arthur Blank, I'm gonna get Arthur Blank his flowers as well, because the Rankin Smith family, and God rest his soul as well. I don't think they put into the Falcons like owner Arthur Blank has, meaning they just want to put somebody on the field and worry about the bottom line. Arthur Blank has put superstars to superstar on this roster, put decent coaches in place, put decent talent, decent front office guys. Tommy Dimitrov, even though some of the things I didn't agree with, he did his job well. Terry Fontenot he brought in, he done his job pretty well. He's built a playoff caliber roster, which they have right now. All they got to do is execute. But when you go back to the 80s and the 60s all the way up to the 90s, when they sold the Falcons to Arthur Blank, I don't think they put forth the effort until probably the final, I would say, 67 years of owning the team. Probably, I would say, when Terrence Matthews came all the way up to the year after the Super Bowl. So, I mean, those were the only years I feel like they put into any stock into this team was after they built the Georgia Dome, because when they were in the Fulton County Stadium, they act like they didn't even care, man. Honest to God truth. Breezy, what's up, my guy? TikTok finest. Yeah, backup. Dexter, he's just gonna be a backup, my guy. I mean, it's just no way around it, man. He's just gonna be a backup. I'm finished tell y'all right now, man. I'm at the tight end, so I'm finna go to the defense. I'm sorry, the offensive line, then the defense. So let's keep this thing going. Offensive line, Jake Matthews, no surprise. Matthew Bergeron, no surprise. Ryan Nuzell, no surprise. Chris Lindstrom, Elijah Wilkinson, no surprise. Jack Nelson was kind of a surprise, but he's a rookie, and they say they've seen what they like, some of the things they've seen in him. And if you've been watching him, he starts off slow, but as the game goes on, he picks it up. So I think he's headed in the right direction. Javon Gwynn, backup center and guard. Kyle Hinton, backup guard and tackle. So that's not a surprise. Um, then you have Mike Jarrell coming on. So I think one of these guys could get kicked back to the practice squad, which is probably going to be Kyle Hinton. But for now, until Jarrell gets here, I think Kyle Hinton is probably going to be on this list. Defensive line, and these are mainly interior guys. David Onyemata was no surprise. Brandon Dorless, Lakel London was a surprise because if y'all watched the show last night where we predicted the roster, I just knew Simeon Barrow was going to make this roster. Now he could come back as a practice squad player, but Simeon Barrow, if y'all been looking, he was one of the best interior defensive linemen when it comes to win rate, and he can get after the quarterback. I know he's a little bit undersized, which probably played a part in them cutting him. But as far as talent wise, I think Simeon Barrow should have made this team, and he still can make this team if he goes through waivers. So I would love to see Simeon Barrow come back on the practice squad, but I would also love to see him hit the field at some point this season because I feel like that kid has talent. Zach Harris is on the interior of the lines, kind of surprised, but he's also going to play like a 4-3 hybrid end and a 3-4 outside linebacker. So and a 3-4 end. So he's a Swiss Army knife. Edge rushing. When I do the edge rushing, I'll get back to the chat. Arnold Ebiketie, Leonard Floyd, Jaden Walker, James Pierce, Braden Trice, D'Angelo Malone made it. And the reason why D'Angelo Malone made it, special teams. He's a special teams ace at this point in his career. And I think it was the right move because you talk about a guy and then they worked him a little bit at inside linebacker. So if they want to take a break from Josh Woods, who made it, or J.D. Bertrand, D'Angelo Malone can come in, but I think he mainly made it because of special teams. I want to see what Braden Trice can do this year, and I'm kind of excited because this edge rushing group, to me, is one of the best we've had probably in about a decade. So that's your edge rushers. So to get back to the questions, man, so y'all continue to drop those thoughts. Mike, I could see the Falcons actually going after I can see the Falcons going after Wanye Morris. But I just think with the sign of Michael Barrow, Michael Jarrell, I think they can pretty much assure that he can do the job. So it's just gonna be an uphill battle. And I told y'all the other day on the video that Caleb McGarry could opt for surgery on his ankle and stay out the year, and I think that's what he should do. I'm sorry, his knee. That's what he should do because if it's something that's been bothering him since high school, going to get it taken care of. You signed the extension, so you still have those 2 years after this year, to keep being a part of this line. And he's a key part of the line. So let's see, man. Let's see how it plays out. Nick Nash still need a little development, Chris, I think. Yeah, he would definitely be back with the practice squad. So, yeah, practice squad, Tony, practice squad. Yeah, he went back to the Raiders. I think that was a smart move, man, because Brock Bowers needs some help out there. They did go out and get the running back, Ashton Jennings from Boise State in the draft. So they have some reliable talent on offense. They got a quarterback in Geno Smith. So I think Amari Cooper made the right move, man, and it's probably his last one. So they haven't put up the practice squad yet, but when they do, I'll be sure to drop it so y'all can see it. Because not only will they bring back some of the players that were cut or released, they will bring in other players over the league that will probably make a difference on this team. So I mean, it's not over yet. That's why it says initial roster and not permanent roster. The initial is just the first roster. It can keep flipping and keep flipping. And if y'all know the Falcons, y'all know Terry Fontenot and this front office, they could flip a roster like some flapjacks, man, because that's how, like a revolving door, go in, go out, go in, go out, and that's how you have to be until you get that right chemistry. I think everybody was surprised over that, but if they've been watching preseason, man, Seal did his thing, man. I actually seen it in person. He has very good hands, man. He's a little bit on the older side, but I still think he contribute right away. Absolutely, he could get swiped up. I said the same thing about Simeon Barrow. If he comes back and if he makes it through waivers, I can see him getting swiped up because that kid got talent, man. Yeah, absolutely. He can be the third quarterback. So that's probably another reason why. But I think more of anything, his athletic ability, and um, he's a pretty athletic guy, and he's a fan favorite to some people. Uncle Steve, absolutely, absolutely. See, this is what I'm telling y'all. Dark days since 1966, man. Dark days. But I'm finna go over that right now, Tony. Right. Um, I think I just did the offensive line. So yeah, I did the offensive line. Joshua Gray, probably be a practice squad guy. He was an undrafted free agent, so it's no surprise. He did play well, and I think he can play guard or center in the NFL. So you could see him called up if they need help. So he's going to be one of the guys that's going to be on the practice squad until somebody plucks him. But inside linebacker, Caden Ellis, Divine Diablo, JD Bertrand, and Josh Woods, no surprise. And Josh Woods put on the show this preseason, whether it's on special teams or him playing, playing the field. I think he deserved that spot. He's a veteran. He's been around for a while. So I actually like that move of putting Josh Woods. And he's also a special teams guy. And if y'all knows what I'm saying, you see how the special teams is blending in with the regular roster. That's why you got to keep some of these people on the roster just because they're versatile. And versatile utility is key in the NFL. Cornerback, AJ Terrell, no surprise. Mike Hughes, those are the two starters. Billy Bowman is starring nickel. And if y'all see that video I put out, shout out to him. Clark Phillips the third, D Offer, which I know a lot of y'all don't like, but D Offer made the list, and the reason why, he's also a special teams guy. He's also a versatile guy. He can play outside, he can play slot, he can return punts. Natron Brooks, special teams guy, gunner. I like Natron Brooks. He had a very strong preseason, a very strong OTAs and mini camp, training camp, all that. So he's in his third season, I think, with the Falcons, second or third season. So it's no surprise with Natron Brooks either. And you got to remember, Billy Bowman can play safety, and this may be why they went with only three, and they stuck with Jesse Bates, Xavier Watts, DeMarco Hellams, which means Jordan Fuller will either be cut or he's going to come back on the practice squad. So that's the roster. These are your specialists. Younghoe Koo, which I didn't agree with. Bradley Pinion, lock. Liam McCullough, lock. And that's your roster, man. It's very, very solid. And it can flip over at any moment. So y'all go ahead and throw them questions in the chat. Tell me what y'all think. And we can talk about it right quick. Easton Stick could come back on the practice squad. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nope. Kobe Bryant got released, but he could come back on the practice squad. Yeah, both of those could be on the practice squad, developmental players. JC he thinks Michael K. I'm sorry, MPJ9 can hit 4,000 passing yards. I agree with that. Let's see. Dave said Tripp and Drummond way harder than Seals. Yeah, he had the most production, but as far as what the Falcons are trying to do, and you got to remember, Seals he's a bigger body, man. He's about 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", so he's bigger. So that probably played a difference as well because we have the small guys in the River McLeods and the Jamal Agnew at wide receiver. So they wanted more big body guys, so I get it. I agree with that, Curtis. I was surprised he made it. Kind of surprised. Let's see. And what saved Younghoe Koo to me was probably Well, probably his veteran experience and his familiarity with the team and him making that Pro Bowl and that $4 million contract. Couldn't get out of it, so they said, "Hey, might as well keep him." But I think Raheem Morris made a mistake because if Yonkoi cool and he showed all preseason, them kicks still going to the left. So hey Smitty, I'm telling you, bro, Barrow boy, that dude, the Falcons should have found a way to stick him on the roster. Like I said, no shots at Laquel London, but I feel like Simeon Barrow played better when he was in. And Laquel London did have that crazy play where he ran in off the sidelines and shot the gap and made that tackle. But that was just luck. Just keep it real. Bags, he probably will clear. Yeah, because he has to develop. Yeah, that's right. Nobody didn't want it. He slipped through the draft, and maybe we see why now. Like I said, he needs to put on more weight. We need to work on technique, just simple things he need to work on. But as I told y'all, I think he's in the perfect spot because Jerry Gray, one of the best secondary coaches in the league, man. I'm telling you, Jerry Gray is that dude when it comes to coaching defensive backs. Yeah, I hope we do too, man. I hope we do too. But that's the thing, Go Dogs. We did do good with the undrafted free agents, but I mean it happens like that sometimes. We had a pretty good undrafted free agent class. But the thing about it, the guys that have been around already and the guys that were drafted probably gonna get a stronger look than those guys. Now sometimes just like Nathan Carter, he got put on the 53-man roster. It was a surprise going into preseason, but seeing what he did those 3 preseason games, he earned that spot. So as undrafted free agent, you had to come in just thinking different with your head on straight, trying to grasp everything you can. And some players just fail to do that right off the top. Some players it takes development, a little bit more development, a little bit more time in the film room on the field. So I just think it'll work out. It'll work out in the end, man. But he still could end up being a very productive player in the NFL. Uh, yeah. I mean, like they said, he may elect for surgery on his knee because it's been bothering him since high school. So it's really not a surprise, man. Really not a surprise. Because at the end of the day, the best ability is availability. And he wasn't going to be available probably to halfway through the season, because even if he came off IR with that knee injury, probably around week 8, I still think if he wasn't ready, he was going to go back on IR, which meant they were going to sit him the rest of the season anyway. So it just worked out like it was supposed to. Come on, Beasley, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Uh, Yeah, they can still sign an offensive tackle, but like I said, he'll be on the practice squad. And that's what I'm saying about some of these guys that were cut. Someone will come back on the practice squad. Someone will go to other teams on the practice squad. So you will see a lot of that moving around, and it actually happens a lot. But the practice squad roster will probably be announced later today or early tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. So can't wait to see. Shout out to my boy Ryan on the bird cage, man. Hey man, new roster, new season. Absolutely, absolutely, man. Y'all please go subscribe to the Birdcage on YouTube as him and the guys are doing their thing every Thursday, 8 o'clock, on the Birdcage LLC, man. Great show. Always have great guests and very knowledgeable. And so when you go over there talking crap, you better know what you're talking about. Because you're gonna get roasted like a rotisserie chicken. Just being honest with you. I know from experience. Yeah, Moody, he might be out for the season, man. So, but see, that's the thing, Moody. People always crying about who they want, what they're not doing. But when they lose them, guess what? They're gonna be crying even harder because guess what now? They're gonna be, oh man, look at Elijah Wilkins. Oh man, look at Michael Jarrell. Oh man. Be thankful when you got somebody. They might not fit what you like, but the coaches do it for a reason. Absolutely unknown. He's been looking suspicious, man. I think cool confidence is shot. Hate to say it. Hate to say it. Like Ryan said, man, y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if y'all like what I'm talking about. Hit that subscribe button, and I would definitely appreciate it. I always answer fan questions on these shows, and during the season, I let fans in on Sundays to come in and let their frustration out on the show. As long as they don't get disrespectful, I always open to that. Love doing that. Felix said Rams are going to get our generation of quarterback because of Terry Fontenot. You mean you possibly can't mean Easter Stick. Can't mean that. No, they absolutely will not change the run scheme. What they will probably do, you'll probably see them do just a little bit more passing to open up that run scheme to make it work. If they can control the middle of the field and open up the run game, that helps. But what they will do also, like I said, Charlie Warner probably will be lining up on that right side to help Elijah Wilkinson or whomever else plays that right side, because I got a strong feeling they're gonna be rotating in and out when it comes to that right side, because that is Michael Pence's blind side. And yeah, Tay, he's out for the year, man. I hate to say it, but we're gonna really see how much of an impact he made. And I just think the run game may take a little hit, but if they game plan just like they're supposed to, I don't think it skips a beat. And when a running back like Bijan Robinson, who's shifty, I just think it really won't matter much.
Yeah, buddy.
What up?
What's going on, man? How you feeling? How y'all feeling out there, man? I know you're in here already talking about that 53-man roster.
Yeah, man, I don't went over the roster.
Yeah, see, I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, man. I was over there, man, politicking over there with T. Will and Miss Carey. We was talking about a little bit of it. But yeah,
Hey man,
man.
do
So
your
I
thing.
definitely got to get your thoughts.
Uh, as a whole, I feel like we have a solid roster.
Okay.
Like I told you before, I feel like Simeon Barrow made a great case to make this team, and
Man.
if he clears waivers, I would be fine with that. But if they end up losing him, I think that's going to be a big loss. And I think if he goes somewhere else, I mean he may make somebody else's squad, because as I'm looking at his win rate as they showed on Twitter, he was top three among defensive linemen. I think he was number two actually. So he to
Yeah.
me forced Alex Morgan out, but Lakel London found a way to force both of them out. So I mean, and like I said,
I
sometimes
said
it's just
last
about
night though, bro. I thought Lakel London was going to make it. I thought Khalid Kareem would not.
right.
And it's because they wanted to have more faith in D'Angelo Malone. That's what I was thinking. You
And
know,
I
they
don't have a
moved.
problem with that. I don't have a problem with that, because, like I said, it's just something that they see that we don't see. Because if you look at what D'Angelo Malone brings, we talk about Jalen Walker being an off-ball linebacker. D'Angelo Malone has those same traits. They just have never unlocked it. Because, like I said last year, when he got the playing time, he got after the quarterback, he got 2 sacks. So it's just all about having confidence in these players sometimes. So I mean, once they do that, he'll be fine. But he is a monster on the special teams. That has something to do with it as well.
Of course, of course. And that's what I'm saying. Like I was telling T Will and Kerry, man, I was like the versatility on the roster is really like what they were going after. Can you do more than one thing? Like a lot of these guys can play special teams and play positions. You
Right,
know, it's not just one thing or the other. So I feel like that played a big thing. And that's another reason why you have guys like what Jamal Agnew still making the
right,
team, even though he was injured. You know, he still made the team anyway because he got that speed. He's special teams. He's going to be kickoff return most likely. maybe sometimes punt return, even though I expect D Alford to be more there. Another guy, special teams, another guy who
Mike
can do
Hughes as
multiple
well.
things.
Yeah,
You're
Mike
right.
Hughes as well. Yeah. So
Yeah. I was surprised about Mike Ford kind of making it though. Not gonna lie to you about that. That was
well,
my biggest
again,
surprise.
special teams.
Yeah,
He's
I
very
know. But my thing
yeah.
is, you mean to tell me that you think that Mike Ford overall can be a better player than maybe like CJ Henderson under Jeff Olbert?
Well, CJ Anderson will be re-signed to the practice squad, and I think they'll just rotate it in and out at that point. Because if CJ keeps developing like they want, Mike Ford is good as gone. Like I said, this is why this is the initial roster, not the final roster. The initial roster is just something that they made the cuts the first time around, but as the training camp keeps going, leading up to week one, that can absolutely change in a week and a half.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, it could. I just don't know if it actually will. You know what I'm saying? I know it's initial, but honestly, man, I kind of think that this may be the squad, honestly. But
Yeah,
we'll see.
so,
But we'll see.
yeah, yeah. For a while, it definitely could be. Jawan is going to be 16 practice squad players.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that Kobe Bryant and Simeon Barrow are definitely going to be at least two of the guys on that list. I mean, I
Right.
really hope that nobody takes Barrow or Bryant because those two guys can be like a future piece for your team. So it'll be interesting to see. Were you surprised that we only kept three safeties?
Nope, because I told you last night, Billy Bowman can do both. So
Right, right.
it wasn't no need to keep him. But it was kind of surprising that Jordan Fuller didn't make it because he already knew Raheem's system and he
And
fits it to a T,
like I
being
told you last night,
being a zone
I
safety.
didn't
Right.
see enough from him. I didn't see enough from him. I seen
Yeah.
him on the wrong, more on so on the wrong side of plays. He looked more so like a rookie. He didn't look like Rams Jordan Fuller. He looked like the Panthers Jordan Fuller.
Well, he is getting older, so I mean, I get it. But
Hey man, things happen.
JC, hey JC, I'm being honest with you, man. By the end of the season, I want to be at 20K. So when I go into the new year,
Let's do it.
I can do a 20K show right at the new year, starting the new year off at 20K, and from there I just want to keep growing till I get that 100K and get that plaque.
All right. At this point, I'm just trying to get the 5K. I'm trying to see if I could get there before the end of the year.
Uh, Ryan, I agree. Pierce was absolutely worth it. Absolutely. Let's see. The Giants' injury was terrible. Imagine running so fast that you cannot absorb your landing and impact and break your leg. Yeah, it happens sometimes, Moody. Yeah, when you 300 pounds and you come down the wrong way, oh yeah, it's ugly. Yeah, I absolutely love the 53 man Solomon. I love exactly what they did. The only move that I said I didn't agree with was the interior line. And maybe part of it was because he was undrafted. The other part is because maybe he was a little bit undersized. But at the same time, Grady is not the tallest person in the world either. And he made it as a fifth round pick. So I feel like at some point, Simeon Barrow will see the field if he comes back. I think he's going to take
Mm-hmm.
that spot. And I'm kind of betting on that.
Yeah, man. Again, like, for me, man, I wanted Barrow to be already on the team, but I go back to that offensive line, man. The offensive line, you're keeping extra tight ends for that offensive line to help out with that. So I know you. So again, you got four tight ends now. Also, I'm thinking about that defensive line, this youth movement that we have going on, and
Right.
these guys, it's going to be time for them to step up. They're getting the opportunities now. You saw that Ruka Roro, Brandon Dorless, Zach Harrison. Those guys are going to be like headlining the defensive line with David Amanyata and LaKale London. So we'll see what those guys can provide. Like I said, with that youth movement, and if they can continue to help push the pocket and realign the line of scrimmage, set a new line of scrimmage to get after the quarterback. We're going to see, man. It's going to be interesting. I'm pulling for all those guys, man, for sure, for sure. We'll see
Absolute
exactly
facts.
what happens,
Absolute
man.
facts. Um, I think Chris Blair did do enough to make the roster. I just think
Yeah,
they just wanted a different fit at the spot because I think David Seals put on the show, man. You may did
Yeah,
not see it. You might didn't see it during preseason games, but in training camp and OTAs, he put on the show the whole time, and they've
and
been
he
talking
did.
and raving about him. So it wasn't surprised that Chris Blair didn't make it. But again, as I told y'all, Chris Blair has been a practice squad player the last 3 seasons in Atlanta. And he's been called up on Sundays as replacement and played in games. So I think they're comfortable with him playing that role as a fill-in guy. And there's nothing wrong with that because when you're a fill-in guy, at least you know you got at least 1 to 2 to 3 games a year that you're going to play in. So
That's if
and
we
it's a
keep him.
and it's a guaranteed paycheck. Go
That's if
ahead.
we keep him, man. He did have a good well, I mean, he did have a good preseason and everything. And I'm like, did he have a good enough preseason for somebody to be like, oh nah, Falcons, y'all don't waive him, we're gonna go ahead and pick him up. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought that he would at least make it. But again, maybe if McGarry didn't go down with the injury, maybe we don't keep as many offensive linemen as we do. We're gonna essentially have like about 9 offensive linemen.
Yeah, but you gotta adapt to that position, man, because injuries gonna happen. You don't want to have to wait to the last minute and call somebody up that's not prepared. So why they keep all those offensive linemen? They keep them in practice. They keep them in rhythm. So because that's one of those positions you have to be in rhythm. If you're not, that's when sacks occur. That's when turnovers occur. So I get it. And Elijah Wilkinson, I knew was going to make the roster because, like I said, he took over from McGarry, but he has the most experience. Jack Nelson, to me, is not ready, but they see something in him that they feel like down the road he could be a big
Yeah,
help to this
I
team.
knew Jack Nelson was staying because I mean he has that versatility, tackle, all that good stuff like that. Can play some guard, so I knew Jack Nelson was staying. But like again, like with Farrell coming in and oh no, Gerald, you know, so with him coming in, we'll see
Right.
what he can provide. I'm not necessarily sold on that guy yet, but we'll see. Also, Wilkinson, we'll see if he can, you know, hang tough and make things right on that right side. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Am I confident about it? No, but I am optimistic. So, like you said, we will see what happens.
Absolutely. Yeah, Ghost Pebbles, I agree. He got out kicked by Craig, but I think Cool's veteran, being a veteran, helped him also. And he's Raheem's guy. Raheem,
I ain't,
um,
I ain't
he
gonna lie.
just says all or nothing.
Yeah, that's what happened in this. If you look at this entire roster, and you look at the guys who didn't make it, one common thing you can say is familiarity. A lot of these players have already played in the system. A lot of these players are already known, but a lot of these players are veterans, etc. So you think
Right.
about equity within the league and within the team, and it's just like that old saying about yeah you can come in, but that seniority. It's just like working a regular job, and even though you do the job possibly better than the person that's in the position, they still have that seniority over and they're not leaving that position. You can't get that position just yet because they're not leaving. They have the equity within the company. It's the same thing.
Troy is on the PUP list, and
Yeah,
he's not counting towards the roster. But once he gets healthy and comes back, I think Josh Woods is out the door. Josh Woods is the fill-in right now. He had a great preseason, so I just feel like Troy Anderson gonna cheat somebody because, like I said, I don't know how much longer he can hold up. The last 2 years, knee injuries, and we know knee injuries can be tricky, and we don't know how long it's going to be before the next one occurs, if it occurs. But with an athletic guy like that, it's bound to happen sometime or later.
right. All right.
Mooney said, just like our jobs, people get promoted that should not be, and people get fired that should not be fired. That's absolutely true.
Yep.
Absolutely 200% true. Um, Let me see. Taquan D interior line. Yeah, he'll probably be on the practice squad or he'll end up somewhere else. But I thought Taquan would make it because he's a veteran. But as I told y'all on the show before, I think he's been here 1 year too long. Hate to say it. Nice guy, but he just doesn't push envelope for me. When you talk about getting after the quarterback, he's a hell of a run stopper. But when you talk about getting after the quarterback or collapsing the pocket, he kind of struggles with that. Trey said he think Chris gonna end up with the on somebody else's team. Don't think he makes it back to the practice squad.
Hey,
JJ the Great,
hey,
what's up, my guy?
if I'm Chris Blair, man, I want an opportunity, especially as much work as I've been putting in.
What's up, Dan?
I've
Go
been
ahead.
putting in all the type of work, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to play. So if somebody else is willing to give me an opportunity, if I'm Chris Blair, I go.
Yeah, true. Uh, we possibly could pick up linebackers, but I think we straight now. If we have a linebacker, it's gonna be on practice squad, and we'll just pick from there. But as far as signing somebody new, and Isaiah Simmons got cut today. That's
He
a guy I've
did
been wanting since he coming out of Clemson. But at this point, it seems like his
at this
career is
point.
on his lifeline. So because that's like the third or fourth team he's been cut from in the last 2 years.
Yeah, man. I don't think he was a great player, man, hybrid player, but I don't think it's going to happen. I seen that Nicole Hartman got cut. Would you be interested in another speed player?
Uh no.
Yeah,
I feel like if we gonna do that, we might as well use what we got.
yeah,
Um,
I agree.
you talk about Ray and Jamal Agnew, both of those guys are speed guys. You don't go out and pay a
Yeah,
damn receiver $4 or $5 million when you can get one for the league minimum, which is about 750 or 950. So you save that money. So I wouldn't. And see Joyce, she's stopping in starting trouble. So that's what she do. But shout out
man,
to our
hope
sister
that
Joy,
works.
man. We enjoyed her last night with a bunny on. We
Right.
enjoyed her last night. And thank her for coming through. Her, Eb,
Great,
and Miss Carrie. We thank y'all for coming through last
great
night.
show last night.
Hell of a show last night, man. Y'all did y'all thing.
Yeah, great show last night. Really enjoyed that with the ladies. Ladies' night, and we have it, man. And having our Falcon faithful coming in, saying their piece about our team. And again, man, we want to do that again. That was great.
Yeah. I want you to answer this question what Moody put up. He said, we are too young. 89 or 98 team is not a disappointment. But personally, but when you have not played the playoffs in 7 years, fans and organizations get thirsty. Do you think they made enough this season to be a playoff team to make a push?
I mean, you think about it, fam. With what we had last year, we almost made a playoff push. So, I mean, you think about it. Think about it. We almost made a playoff push. If the quarterback could have stayed competent and healthy, we could have made it. We were
Right.
already 6-3, and then even when we were starting to lose games, we still didn't lose like the lead until after like the Vikings game, I believe.
Right. And
So
the Chargers game we should have won. The only
yeah,
game that we really didn't stand a chance was that Denver game.
that
They just hit
Broncos
us.
game, we got slapped.
Yeah,
We got slapped five. They slapped the five us that game, boy.
right. That's the only game. But other than that, every other game was, I think, a touchdown or less.
Yeah,
Let's see. Any word on Mooney? Not yet, but I'm expecting a word sooner or
that
later.
Vikings game.
But as we told y'all on the show last night, I feel like he's gonna miss week 1 at least. They said he may be ready, but I don't know. But this is why you got Seals, Casey Washington. They're ready to step in right away. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play, but they got adequate replacement to do that. Um, Dan, what's up, my guy? He said D off is trash juice. Sorry,
Go
not
for
sorry. Billy Bowman and Natron Brooks rise up for those interceptions. And like I tell y'all,
it.
man,
Yeah,
I think most of y'all just still thinking about that Minnesota game and can't get it out y'all mind. But you got to remember, D. Offer played outside, he played slot, and he played punt return. So when you have a versatile guy like that, you just got to keep him around, even if he just plays special teams. You got to keep him around, man. This is why they got Billy Bowman. They made it clear from the jump. Billy Bowman was going to be that guy that take over the slot if he earned that job, and he did. Kevin, what's up, my guy? Panthers Nation in the house. Winston with the eye test. Shout out to more
What
boys.
up,
Winston, he
Winston?
said, smash that like button, man. Y'all, please go ahead and smash that like button.
Please, please,
It's
indeed. Both our channels.
353 people in here right
Appreciate it.
now. So y'all keep it live and keep smashing that like button.
Oh yeah, man. My thing is okay. I know, Smitty. You said you're cool with the roster. I mean, like I said, for me, it could be one or two guys that could have made it, and one or two guys that I just be like, okay. But at the same time, ultimately, I feel like they feel like this is the best Falcons roster for the upcoming season. But if you could make any kind of improvements, if you could swap out, let's say, one player for another, who would that player be? Because I know a lot of people saying this guy should have made it, this guy should have made it. So okay, who are you swapping out for? I said yet another guy.
I said it already. Simeon Barrow for LaKale London.
Mm.
It's just something about Simeon Barrow that I think could help the Falcons in the pass rush department. Not only in the run stopping department, but the pass rush department. And that may be another reason why he didn't make the squad. He maybe come back on the practice squad. He's a little bit undersized, and you saw it in the preseason. When he was in the game, they did run his way and they did get some good yards, but he kept fighting. He kept fighting, and he was getting after the quarterback. So I see some positivity there. So maybe LaKale London made this roster because, as we've said, he put on extra weight this offseason to try to be a space eater. Will it work? Don't know yet. But they've trained him to be, a big body in the middle of the defense. So let's see how it works. But I think
Yeah,
Rook and Dorless have made such an impression this offseason that kind of made him expendable as well because they can only catch
yeah. I
they
ain't
can
gonna lie,
only
Dolan. Yep, we got a lot of people cut. I believe. I believe he definitely
Jamaica
got Morgan Fox cut.
Jamaica said Graham got injury designation, didn't get cut. So he may be on
Yeah,
PUP
TQ.
list as well.
Yeah. He's on IR, but designated to return.
After
Same
12 weeks.
thing for Dang, I think Storm Norton is on that as well.
Rod, I was gonna do a video on that, but matter of fact, when I get off this, I'll do it sometime tonight and have it up late tonight. And I'll give y'all my thoughts on that. But Cam Robinson is up for a trade with the Houston Texans. And I'm not surprised because they're going with the young guy at the left tackle position. That's why they traded Larry Thompson. And then the Lions released one of their offensive linemen, which I've seen a lot of people talking about. So yeah, I'll do a video on that a little later, and I'll have that up sometime tonight. But yeah, Cam Robinson could be an option. But the thing about it, I just think Cam Robinson is a left tackle and not a right tackle. That is the only problem, and I would not move Matt Bergeron. So if we're going to get a tackle, we just have to use him wherever we can. But this is probably why they went out and got the right tackle from Seattle for a 7th-round pick.
And that's the crazy thing too. I know we was talking about. Um, I know folks was asking questions as well about why did we trade like a 7th-round pick for him, and also why did they wait for McGarry's news to be released so late? And I know, do you think that they possibly waited because they want for trade purposes? They want to have to give up too much for Jarrell.
Nah, I think is they were waiting to see who got cut. And people are still getting cut, and they still have their pick of the litter. But I think they were mainly waiting to see who got cut and who would be out there in the free agency pool. And I guess it was somebody that just weren't to their liking, or they were too young and needed development. But I guess they felt like Jarrell was the best fit. And Dwayne Ledford is the offensive line coach, so I'm pretty sure he had a lot of say so into what happened with that. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I know they don't have. Well, I know Uncle Steve had brought it up too. But yeah, I remember that they don't have to speak about injuries until the actual season starts and everything. That's
What's
another
up,
reason
fam?
why I'm still kind of waiting to hear about Mooney about right about no, at least within this week or so. I expect to hear at least some news about Mooney this week.
Yeah, you got to be this week because for week 1 right around the corner, so it's got to be soon.
Right. So I expect that to be like that.
No problem, Miss Carey. Thank you for coming through. We appreciate you.
Yes, always, always. Yeah, man. We're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting, man. This 53-man roster. I know it's like I said, it's initial, but I still feel like, man, this probably gonna be it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Uh,
Again,
Tony
my
Lambert
man.
said he believed in a team that needs a great mixture of youth and veterans to be taken seriously. Say he loved the Falcons, but they relied too much on young players. He said he hope we wrong. He has that's a great point. But at some point you
Again,
gotta get young.
we have a youth movement going on more so in our on our defense. Because again, I've already said three guys on our defensive line alone have what a combined 5 years under them. You know what I'm saying? Like what? So like 5 or 6 years combined.
Right.
So you have that. You also have that edge group. Now, the edge group is a little bit better. I mean, James Pierce, Jalen Walker being the young guys, but you still got Malone, you got Floyd, you got Advocating. So you do have some veterans there. Still kind of like a part of the youth movement when you think about Advocating, and of course the two new draft picks. But you look at it all over our defense. We got that youth movement going. Xavier Watts, Billy Bowman. Billy Bowman is going to have so much on his shoulders that I hope he can hold it. To be honest, because coming in as a starting nickel and playing, he's going to be guarding a lot of those slot guys. And then what happens when guys want to test him to see if he can hold up against like some of their prime time receivers if they decide to put them in the slot against him? He's going to be tested. All these
Yeah,
guys are going to be tested
but the thing
somewhere,
about Billy
somewhere. But you
Bowman,
gotta. You
what
said what
helps
now?
him say what helps Billy Bowman, he's a physical guy. So he's gonna knock you off your route at the line of scrimmage. And that's a good thing. But all he has to
Of
do
course,
is
of course.
learn how to play zone. And if he plays zone well and man well, I think he'll hold up. But I'm interested to see will they use him as a blitz as well. Because a guy with that
Oh,
kind of speed
you got
and
to.
that kind of demeanor, I feel like he would he would be a hell of a player. Mario, I feel like surprise cuts. I'm gonna say DeMarvin Leal from Pittsburgh, defensive lineman. They moved him to outside linebacker, which I knew wasn't gonna work. He's a 3-4 in or inside tackle. I might kick the tires on him if he doesn't sign anywhere. Because coming out of Texas A&M, he was highly touted. Really hadn't got the chance in Pittsburgh. Because I just don't think he fit. But that's somebody that I would kick the tires on. Is this somebody that you see get cut, Chris, that you would see the Falcons picking up?
Oh man, honestly, if it wasn't an offensive lineman, I really wasn't caring. Um, just being honest, I really wasn't caring. I was looking at offensive linemen, trying to check some tape and everything like that on some guys, but I can't pronounce his name. I did see. I think it's like Eero. I see or something like that. I can't remember. I can't pronounce his name, but I did see him get cut. Possibly the Falcons can go after him. I know we already made the trade for the offensive lineman and gave up a 7 rounder, so it's really like unlikely that we make another. Unlikely we make a significant move like that after trading draft capital, but we'll see, man. I just feel like you still have questions that have to be answered, and
Right.
I guess what I'm saying. The first 4 weeks we gonna see. We're gonna see what that depth look like. We're gonna see if Elijah Wilkinson can hold up, even though again he hasn't played tackle in the last 3 years. And honestly, I think he's better at guard, just like Smitty does. But we'll see because we need him at tackle. Jack Nelson, another reason why he's going to be here. I think he's going to get reps. I do.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and he's going to have growing pains. Yes, but the thing about Jack Nelson and the reason why they kept him too. Remember Smitty, because we was all watching all 3 games. He started off slow. He started off getting his butt kicked, but he did finish strong in every game. So that's something to just try to take it. Maybe if he can have faster starts, it'd be better for him. And again, we'll see again because we still kept Hinton, still kept Gwynn. I seen that Joshua Gray when I knew he was going to be cut. I like the
Yeah, but
kid and everything, but
I think he
I
comes
do.
back on the practice squad. But that's the offensive
Possibly
line
because
right
you
there.
need that line help. Yeah, you
Right.
need that line help regardless. that depth. So I can see him come back on the practice squad. Matter of fact, I actually feel like he should be on it. But again, we'll see, bro, because it's gonna be interesting, brother. It's gonna be interesting to see exactly like how it
Absolutely.
all unfolds at this point.
Absolutely. Willie
I'm
Doc,
excited though. I am
thank
excited.
you for super chat, my brother. Truly appreciate it. You always donate to the channel. And if y'all want to donate to the channel, $2, $3, $5, whatever, is well
Hey man.
appreciated. But Willie Doc, thank you for always supporting and donating, my brother. I truly appreciate it. And
Heck
they have a
yes,
new
it is
thing on
own person.
YouTube. If y'all see it, it's a hype thing they have on YouTube. So if y'all see the hype tab on my
Yeah,
video,
I
just hit
seen
the
that
hype tab.
lately. Yeah, hype the
Hit the hype
video.
tab. Hype me up. Like Flippy
Yeah,
T say, hype me up.
yeah, hype me
So
up.
yeah, but I ain't doing that dance. Y'all can forget that.
Man, I promise you, man, you hype up Smitty enough, he'll do the dance. Okay, y'all.
No, don't tell them
Cause
folk that
I ain't
lie.
gonna lie to you, you definitely hype me up enough. I may not dance at your wedding like Big Low, but you know what I'm saying, I'll come to the get together and you know what I'm saying, cut a roll up. We'll see what happens.
I ain't finna dance for nothing. Dan said Packers were the youngest team 2 years ago. I believe and they're a playoff team contender, so I wouldn't put it against our youth. I agree with that.
That's a good
I
point.
agree with that.
That's
Yeah,
actually
I
that's
agree with that.
actually a great point. But
It's
my
all about
thing
it
is
is all
too,
go ahead,
I
go ahead.
want to add to that. Remember, they had good coaching.
And that's where I was just about to go. I said you can have a young team, it don't matter as long as the coaching there. Because y'all got to remember, the year we made the Super Bowl in 2016, Dan Quinn was only his second year, and he had 3 starters on the defense. Think about that, 3 starters on the defense. So I mean, it's not all bad when you have a young team. Sometimes it actually works out to your advantage. This is Raheem Morris' second season. Could he push the Falcons to the same limit? That's interesting to see. And Mr. A221, I agree. I'm glad Braden Trice get a second chance.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we didn't get a chance to see him. I ain't gonna lie. Now that's a guy that if there's anyone you can make an excuse for, unless he just was absolute, just looking terrible out there, like some guys that make team. But if he was just looking terrible, then I don't think he would be on the
You're right.
squad. But we didn't. We kind of got robbed of what Braylon Trice could be last
Right.
year. And take it with a grain of salt. He is coming off of an injury, so if he
Absolutely.
doesn't go out there and just tear it up in the first year, don't be too hard on him. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too hard on him. But you do want to see at least some kind of flash, some kind of pop, some kind of flair to be like, oh, okay, I see why I see it there. Let's just get you like all the way right. So let's just take that with a
Yeah,
grain of
it
salt.
happens. It happens. I mean, what
Mhm.
can you do? What can you do? But Miss Joyce has dropped the link. But Joy, I'm actually about to get off because I got to run. I got somewhere I got to be. But we will definitely get up back
Gotta
on.
get them chicken wings. Oh,
You stupid. Yeah, I'm about to get off, man, and I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. Quick pop up show about the initial 53-man roster, and to me, it really wasn't no surprises, because I just feel like they went with what best fits the team, and they added depth at the right position and extra roster spots. This is why we're only going to carry 2 quarterbacks and 3 safeties. They're using those two. I've been on an hour, Joy. You late? You late? So, yeah. So
whole
three
hour.
safety, three safety, 2 quarterbacks. So those 2 roster spots went to edge rusher and offensive line. So I'm not mad about that at all. But like I said, the only problem that I had, and I really have a problem with it, I still feel like Simeon Barrow should have made this roster somehow. I think he will come back, but we'll see. And if somebody else get him, they're getting a great talent that I think can shine this league. Because we talk about small defensive tackles. John Rundle was only 5'10", and he's a Hall of Famer. So size really doesn't mean too much. It's all about heart at the end of the day, and it happens.
Mhm.
Sometimes you get players that slip through the cracks, end up on other teams, and they become pretty good, solid players. Uh, I can't remember no Falcons in the recent history, but hey, it happens. Uh,
Yeah,
we are
definitely
waiting
happened.
until week 1. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, hey, week 1, you better be ready. I hear you saying that now, but if I had to come find you, I'm telling you, you better be ready.
Yeah, she gonna be ready, man. She gonna be ready. I believe. I got faith in her.
But yeah, y'all know what to do, man. Tell everybody where to find you right quick,
Hey
Chris.
man, A1 Fellas Sports, man. That's the platform on YouTube. Please come over, like, comment, and subscribe, man. The 53-man roster, initial roster has dropped, and we're going to see exactly what these Atlanta Falcons are going to be doing moving forward. I can't wait. Actually, I'm excited about the season. I'm excited about some of these young guys and what they can do. So hey man, just keep it locked right here. You know, me and Smitty gonna be doing the shows, the season coming up, you know, saying post game, pre game, all that. You already know you're gonna get it right here with me and Smitty. Also, catch me on the Hawks Digest as well. The Hawk season is coming up and definitely gonna be over there. Me and Walter Pollard building up that Hawks Digest channel, so you can catch me over there as well. Just out here, you know, saying producing this content the best way I know how, man. So appreciate it
Absolutely,
always, y'all
absolutely,
pulling up.
absolutely. I'm gonna try to make it. I ain't gonna make no
When is
promises.
it?
That depends. Yeah,
When?
if I make it, it's gonna be last minute.
I'm
So
saying,
if
when
I
is it? I don't even know when it is.
next Friday, September 5th, next Friday.
Oh, okay. Bro, you know,
Yeah, so
I haven't even been to one of those yet.
I went to one a couple of years ago. I popped out a
Okay.
couple of years ago. Appreciate it,
Let's see
Winston.
what's going on.
But yeah, man, y'all know where to find me, man. Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube. Also find me on Twitter at FatBoySlim_21. I'm always over there blowing that thing up, man, because that's what I do. Putting out crazy tweets. And like I told you, that short I put up the other day, just sitting back bullshit for 5 seconds. I think at 12,000 views. So thank y'all for running them numbers up, man. Because you know, sometimes my ignorance just can be out of hand. Yeah, absolutely, Larry. T.I. is performing. So if y'all go out there, man, and y'all see me, say what's up. If I go, say what's up. I'm not gonna bite nobody. I'm not gonna fight nobody. Say what's up, take a photo, and hey, we cool. But for my boy Chris, it's your boy Antoine Smith sign off. I will see y'all soon, man, because it's go time to eat some chicken wings.
Oh,
Peace.
there it is.